Hey hockey fans and fellow betting enthusiasts, welcome back to Circles Off. With the Stanley Cup Playoffs just around the corner, it's time to talk some strategy. Buckle up, because today we're diving into some key betting tips to help you navigate the unpredictable world of playoff hockey. Let's get started. Tip number one for you, filter out the fluff. First things first, don't fall into the trap of listening to things that have been regurgitated for years. They're just flat out wrong. You might hear statements like, you can't win the Stanley Cup without good goaltending. Well, predicting where that great goaltending is going to come from is a very different story. For instance, take a look at the 2023 Stanley Cup. Featured a very young and relatively unknown goalie in Adin Hill, and Sergei Bobrovsky on the other side, who had a terrible regular season. The Capitals won the Cup in 2018, with Braden Holtby having the worst regular season of his entire career. And let's not forget the Blackhawks in 2010, with Antti Niemi, who turned out to be one of the worst goalies in the NHL. People latch onto narratives that may or may not exist, but it is your job as a bettor to determine what actually matters. Just because something is spewed over and over again does not make it true. Tip number two, understand the nuances of the NHL playoffs. Historically, goals per game differ significantly by each series game. For example, scores are significantly lower in Game 7s than they are in Game 1s. Players tend to be more tentative, referees swallow their whistles, and there's more physical play, all leading to fewer goals. Now, typically speaking, past results are not always necessarily predictive of the future, but in the NHL playoffs, there is a very large sample size that shows us there are certain things that are consistent from year to year. In a similar vein, keep an eye on series effects. Teams that go down 0-2 tend to get a boost when returning home in Game 3, while teams that are down 0-3 drastically underperform in Game 4. It's almost as if they know that the series is over. There are little nuances like this that you need to price into your models or into the handicap of the game. And tip number three, use regular season matchups and advanced metrics. Regular season matchups tend to be a good predictor of how a series will unfold, but they don't paint the full picture for us. Oftentimes, one team may have been in bad situational spots in the regular season matchups, potentially without a key player or two, maybe playing at a rest disadvantage. Additionally, metrics like Corsi, expected goals, and other possession-based metrics are also good predictors for the playoffs, but these metrics alone may not account for the stylistic matchup that one opponent may have against another playoff opponent. When we use these metrics in unison, though, they become a very good predictor, more so than using each metric individually. The idea is to take this holistic view of each playoff matchup rather than just cherry-picking a few metrics here or there. So there you have it, folks. 3 betting tips to make you smarter and give you more informed bets during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Remember, filter out the fluff, understand the nuances of the playoff game, and use regular season matchups and advanced metrics to your advantage. Thank you for tuning in here on Circles Off. If you found these tips helpful, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more sports betting insights as well. Until next time, happy betting.